So let's start with this problem. Two consecutive vertices of a regular hexagon are given, and the center of the hexagon is given to lie above the x-axis. What will be the equation of circumcircle of the hexagon? So let us draw a hexagon. So two consecutive vertices A1 and A2 are given. So the coordinates are 1, 0 and 3, 0. Rest of them are say A3, A4, A5, A6, for which coordinates are not specified. And it is given that the center lies above the x-axis, so it should be somewhere here. And this line is x-axis. This line would be the x-axis. So we are asked to find out what is the equation of circumcircle of the hexagon. So when I say circumcircle of the hexagon, you can just draw a circle through all these vertices. So this is the circumcircle of the hexagon. We need to find the equation of this circle. So how do we find the center? Yes. So I just started with this problem only. So the fifth question. So in this problem, they have given two consecutive vertices of a hexagon and they gave that center is above x-axis. We are asked to find out the equation of circumcircle. So I just drew the hexagon marking those vertices 1, 0, 3, 0, and you know they are on x-axis. It is given that center is above, so hexagon should be above this line, not below this. So they're asking you to find out the equation of the circumcircle, the circle through all the vertices, given that center is above x-axis. So this is the question, all of you can try. So they mention it is a hexagon, so you know this triangle is equilateral. This will be 60 degrees anyway. And this being an equilateral triangle or an equilateral, if you drop a perpendicular, this will be the midpoint. So 1, 0 and 3, 0 midpoint is 2, 0. And when you go vertically up, x won't change, y will change. And what is the y coordinate? Nothing but the distance cm. How to find the distance? It is the altitude of equilateral triangle. So you can write the altitude h as √3/2 into the side. And what is the side? 1, 0 and 3, 0. The distance between these two is the side, which is 2 units. So that means the height is √3. So therefore, the distance from x-axis is y coordinate. So this is 2, √3. And what about the radius? If you know the radius only, you can find the circle. How do you find the radius? You know that result, it's an equilateral triangle anyway. Okay, so this is 30 degrees or 60 degrees. This is 60. So from here, you say sine 60 is h/r. So sine 60 is √3/2 and h is √3 divided by r. If you cancel, you will get r equal to 2 only. And anyway, it's equilateral, so we can directly write because side is 2. We don't need all this also. Since all are equilateral triangles, we can straight away write it. We need not even prove it. We can actually skip that. So r will be 2 only because this side should be same as other two sides of equilateral triangle. So r is 2. And once you know center and radius, how will you write the circle? So center is 2, √3. Radius is 2. So circle should be x minus 2 whole square plus y minus √3 whole square equal to r square. That is 2 square. So is that clear? So we get x square plus y square minus 4x minus 2√3y. 2 square will cancel on both sides. You'll have √3 square, which is 3 equal to 0. So C option is matching. So all of you try this. What is the radius of the bigger circle which is touching this circle and both the coordinate axis? Actually, you will have two such circles. That is why they use the word bigger circle, because there can be two circles touching this as well as coordinate axis. So the given circle has center as 2, radius as 2. So you can check that clearly. So in this equation, if you regroup the terms, that is x square and 4x together, and 4 you group it along with this, y square and 4y together. So you can have a 4 added here and a 4 added in RHS, so that you can write this in the form of x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equal to 2 square. So clearly it's a circle. Center is 2, 2 and radius is 2. Radius is 2. Now you need radius of a circle which is touching this circle as well as the coordinate axis. And that should be the bigger one among the two possible circles. So let us draw a diagram for that. So this is having center 2, 2, radius 2. So if I draw this circle, It is something like this. So this is the given circle, and you can draw one small circle touching it here and the coordinate axis, and one big circle touching it and coordinate axis. So we can't complete because of lack of space, but if you complete, it's a circle, some circle there. So they are asking radius of this bigger circle if the center is somewhere here. I'll draw it a little bit better. So there will be a smaller one here, which I'm not showing. The bigger one, which is touching this and coordinate axis, I showed here. This, you want radius of this bigger circle. So this is having some center A, this is having some center, say B. You can join this, and radius is perpendicular to tangent. Here also radius is perpendicular to tangent. So for this circle, you already know radius is 2. So if I mark some point P, this is also 2 here. And the bigger circle, you don't know the radius. So suppose if this PB is the radius R, this is R, this is R, and this is R, you have to find that radius. So, okay. So I'll just extend this perpendicular like this, call it as some C. So what is the angle at this point? That is 45 degrees. Because this is 2 and 2. This is 2, this is 2. This angle will be 45 degrees. And that means this angle is also 45 degrees. So in triangle ACB, if I take something like sine 45 degrees, it should be BC by AB. So 1 by root 2 equal to, what will be the value of BC? This is already 2. The bigger radius is R. So R is still where? Till here. So this part is R minus 2, this part is 2. By what is this part? AB, R plus 2. Because already this radius was 2, so total is R plus 2. From here you can find R. So cross multiply, R plus 2 is equal to R root 2 minus 2 root 2. Or R root into root 2 minus 1 will be 2 into root 2 plus 1. R equal to 2 into root 2 plus 1 by root 2 minus 1. You just have to rationalize this and write the answer. I think you'll get 2 into 3 plus 2 root 2 by rationalizing it. So this is the bigger circle. In case you want a smaller circle, you can also find that. So the smaller one will be between origin and this circle. The bigger one is outside, but smaller one is somewhere. That also, if they want, you can find, but they ask bigger circle, so we have found that out. Yeah, now try this. Orthocenter of the triangle where ABC are given. So here the y coordinate is missing. The point is A cos theta 1, comma A sin theta 1. The rest of the points are clear only. This one, there is a mistake. So any point of the form r cos theta, r sin theta, where does it lie? If there is a point of the form r cos theta, r sin theta, where will it lie?
On a circle with radius r.
Yeah. So it lies on a circle with center origin radius r. So x square plus y square equal to r square. It lies on this. So that means all these circles, if you observe, like theta can vary. So for all the 3 points, same format, only theta changes. So for different values of theta, they'll represent different points on the circle whose center is origin, radius is A. So ABC lie on which circle? So ABC lie on which circle? X square plus y square equal to A square. So that means center of the circle is origin. Center is origin. That means what is the circumcenter of the triangle? For triangle ABC, the circumcenter S is nothing but the center of circle, origin. You know that. You want to find orthocenter. I'll denote with H. Can you find centroid? You know centroid? Because you know 3 vertices, how will you write the centroid? You can just add and divide by 3. So you can just say sigma A cos theta 1 by 3 and sigma A sin theta 1 by 3. Just you have to add and divide by 3. Sigma A sin theta 1 by 3. So once you know this, you want to find, say, H, how will you find it?
3g equal to 2s plus O.
Yeah, so we have a property that centroid divides line joining orthocenter and circumcenter in the ratio 2:1. This line on which they lie is called Euler's line. So from here you can say that G is equal to 2 into S by section formula plus 1 into H by 3, or the same thing what you told. So H will be therefore 3G minus 2S. So H is therefore what is 3 times of centroid. When you multiply this with 3, you will not get 3 get eliminated. You will not get 3 again. You will just get sigma A cos theta 1, sigma A sin theta 1 for 3G. Minus 2S is nothing but 2 into circumcenter is already origin. So when you subtract them, the answer is sigma A cos theta 1, comma, sigma A sin theta 1. And A is a constant, so you can write outside. So C is the answer. Yeah, now try this. So this is a very important question. It has some important concept involved in it. Let's see how many can do this. Image of orthocenter. Maybe you will not be knowing, some of you. Image of orthocenter with respect to the side lies on the circumcircle. That's a very important property. This is the property to be used. So that means, suppose if I draw the circumcircle here, and this is the triangle. So when I draw the altitude, H is suppose orthocenter which lies on altitude. If you reflect this about BC, its image will be this point E. So these two are equal. So E is the image of H with respect to BC. That's the meaning of the statement. And circumcenter will be somewhere here, different from H. So in the question, they gave BC as y equal to x line. They gave H as 5,8 and circumcenter 2,3. Circumcenter is 2,3, orthocenter 5,8. So H is 5,8, S is 2,3 is what they specified. And you're asked to find out equation of circumcircle. So if you have to find the circumcircle, you have to know the center, which is circumcenter. The only thing you have to know is radius. So how to find the radius now? I already gave the property, now it's easy. Can you find this point first? When you reflect a point about y equal to x, it will always become 8 comma, it will interchange. Whenever you reflect a point, so you can, I'll write here reflection of, this is a standard result, a comma b with respect to y equal to x is always b comma a. It's a standard formula. You need not again use image formula to calculate. So whenever you reflect about y equal to x, the point AB becomes BA in general. So this is y equal to x. If there is AB, when you reflect about this line, it becomes BA. So use this concept and straight away you know this is 8,5. And once you know that, if you join this, what is this distance? Radius. So radius is SC. So there is root of 8 minus 2 whole square plus 5 minus 3 whole square you can write. So which is 36 plus 4 root 40. And you already know the center of the circle is circumcenter itself. So what is the circle? X minus 2 whole square plus y minus 3 whole square equal to r square. That is root 40 square, 40. This is the circle. You can expand and check the answer. So main thing is knowing this property. First write the property. Yeah, then try this problem. A point P moves in such a way that PA by PB is lambda, where lambda belongs to 0 to 1. Symbol is lambda here. Lambda belongs to 0 to 1 is a constant. And A and B are fixed points such that the distance AB is A. What is the locus of P? So already it is mentioned that locus is a circle. What is the diameter of the circle? So direct distance formula based, you can try it. So the distance is given fixed. So you can choose origin somewhere. P is a moving point. So since this distance is A, I can choose origin somewhere. Like I can choose origin at B or I can choose origin at A also. Suppose if I choose 0, 0 here, this will become A0. And this is some x comma y. Then you just use that PA is lambda PB. So PA is lambda times PB. Just use distance formula. PA would be root of x minus a whole square plus y square. Equal to lambda into PB is just root of x square plus y square. We just use distance formula and let us square it now. So x minus a whole square plus y square equal to lambda square into x square plus y square. Rearrange the terms and write it in the form of a circle. So the x square term here and x square term here, if you group, you'll get x square into 1 minus lambda square. Y square term here, lambda square, y square, you can group it as y square into 1 minus lambda square. And x term, you have only one, write that. And y term, there's nothing left. And only constant term, if you see, you have only a square. And if you want to write in the standard general form of circle, divide with 1 minus lambda square. You'll get x square plus y square minus 2a by 1 minus lambda square into x plus a square by 1 minus lambda square equal to 0. So clearly x square coefficient equal to y square coefficient, xy term is absent. You know it's a circle. How will you write the center of the circle? Minus g minus f. What is the meaning of minus g? You have to take half of x coefficient and multiply with the minus. So if you multiply the x coefficient, yeah, so it will become a by 1 minus lambda square comma 0. Because y term is not there. This is the center. Radius is root of g square. G square means a square by 1 minus lambda square whole square plus f square, which is 0, minus c square, which is a square by 1 minus lambda square whole square. This is a power 4, sorry. So simplify this to get the radius. So what is the value? You will get root of a square by 1 minus lambda square whole square if you take common. What is left out? 1 minus a square is left out. So what was the radius supposed to be? Something in terms of these values.
So root of g square plus f square minus c.
Minus c only, no? I wrote c square, sorry. So I had to write there minus a square by 1 minus lambda square. Okay. And g square is correct only. Okay. Then I should take a square by 1 minus lambda square common. Is square there or square also it is there. But I have only a square by 1 minus lambda square common into what is remaining in the first one. 1 by 1 minus lambda square would remain. Second one, what is remaining? Only 1.
1.
So this is a square by 1 minus lambda square into, when you take LCM, it will become 1 minus 1 plus lambda square. So this has a square or it doesn't have a square? By 1 minus lambda square. So it will have a lambda by 1 minus lambda square. So let's go back and see. A lambda by 1 minus lambda square. So this is the answer. But they asked diameter, sorry. They didn't ask radius. So they said diameter, so 2 times of that. That was the radius. And this is the diameter. So since they asked diameter, A is not the answer, C is the answer. So this was simple question only. Yeah, let's start with this problem. The abscissa and ordinates of A and B are the roots of these equations. What will be the equation of circle with AB as diameter? So let's suppose A is x1, y1 and B is some x2, y2. So x1 and x2 are the x coordinates which are called as the abscissa, and y1 and y2 are called as the ordinates. So x1 and x2, we call them as the abscissa, and y1 and y2 we call them as the ordinates. So here it's given that the abscissa are the roots of the first equation given here, and ordinates are the roots of second one. So x1 and x2 are the roots of x square plus 2ax plus b equal to 0. So what will be the sum of the roots and product of the roots? Sum of the roots is minus 2a, product of the roots is b. Similarly, ordinates y1 and y2 are the roots of the second equation. So y1 and y2 are the roots of x square plus 2cx plus d. So the sum of the roots of this equation y1 plus y2 would be minus 2c. And the product of the roots is y1, y2 equal to d. Now we actually want to find out a circle having AB as ends of diameter. So x1, y1 and x2, y2 are ends of diameter. We want to find a circle. So what is the formula for circle when ends of diameter are given? X minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equal to 0. So what is this? The circle with AB as diameter. And whatever values you have written with sum of roots and product of roots, we can use it here. For that, you need to open the brackets. If you multiply these two and multiply these two, you will get the equation in the form of x square plus y square minus x into x1 plus x2 minus y into y1 plus y2 plus x1 x2 plus y1 y2. You'll get it in this format. Just multiply and check. Then x1 plus x2 you can replace with minus 2a x1 x2 with b. So here it becomes x square plus y square plus 2ax, and y1 plus y2 replace with minus 2c, it becomes plus 2cy. x1 x2 you can replace with b, and y1 y2 you can replace with d. So this is the equation that you get in diametric form. So this is option A is the answer. It's looking like lambda there, but actually it is D, printing problem. So you can correct it.